www.patreon.com. What does that give you, Daniel? Well, I'll tell you. Don't even answer. It gives you the $1 and the $10 level. Individual prizes and individual sacks. Which one will you choose? It all depends on your price point, baby. The $1 level gives you a nice, good old tasty regular Patreon episode. A little bit more content. A little zhuzh. We get a little bit spicy on there, spicier than we do on the Publix. And then the internal affairs, that's that behind the closed door, IA Especial, 4 pins on the lock code. We don't give it to homeless people. We're like a Panera Bread, all right? You have to be a customer to use our bathroom. And that's the IA level. There's a glory hole, and it goes directly to the dishwasher. We pay him to suck your pee-pee. So what we have is those two options, and what we ask is that you join our Patreon.
So I don't let you do the Patreon.
That was flawless. Not a stutter. Nothing. Are you kidding me?
I mean, it was 70 seconds long and you cussed 74 times.
I said pee-pee.
It's all rental. Hey, welcome back to another episode of The Final Stop. I'm your host, Daniel Bridgegad, live from the ever-glorious Mescal Man Cave. Sitting to my right, it's the Vampire King, King Possum, Lord Meerkat. It's Tristan Bowling.
Hi, mushy, everybody.
Dude, thank you for joining us. We're back in it's just the two of us. It's a nice little duo ep. We're back in the Mescal Man Cave. Everything's fun. And we're going to open up with the strangest commercial on a podcast I've ever heard in my life. Listen to this. I was at work.
We're opening up our podcast with clips of another podcast.
No, not even.
What are we, Joke World?
What are we, 70% of the internet? Yeah, so I'm going to say. And it's a commercial. I heard this. I was in my office in a very professional setting. And I had a headphone on and like the headset in another ear, so I couldn't hear my own volume. I laughed out loud at this and immediately wrote it down. I was like, the world needs to know. And by the world, I mean like 150 of you. 200 if we're lucky. All right, listen to this.
Just a few years ago, only 3% of domestic violence shelters accepted pets, meaning many abuse survivors had to choose between staying in a difficult situation for their pet or leaving their pet behind.
Wait, that's not a bit?
Staying in a... No.
That's not a bit?
No, it goes into a full, like, here's where you can donate.
Wait, turn around. Let's keep it going a little bit.
3 women and 1 in 4 men experience domestic abuse in their lifetime. And nearly half of survivors delay leaving because they can't bring their pets with them.
Okay, pause it. Okay, that is...
It was worth it, dude.
I honestly, when you hear those words, you think of a cat, you think of a dog. I like to think that there's just a man with a really cool fish.
That's literally what I said. The ferret's not worth it.
Yeah.
which I don't have that much of
Cynthia's been threatening to cut my nutsack off for the past 3 months, but God damn it, I love gulpers.
What kind of place are you in where you're lying to your coworkers about falling down the stairs for a chihuahua? That's so crazy.
You see my husky? That's my rock right there.
It's like I would leave this motherfucker and everything behind, but we share a cat.
There's no situation where you get like 5 across the face and then look at your dog and you're like, what do we do? And he's like, we're going to get through this.
Even your dog's looking at you like, you got thumbs, bitch, leave.
And you're just like, the entire time. He's not helping the situation at all. If anything, he's making it worse.
Which I know that's not what they're going for, but I just thought that was the wildest way to like lead into a ad campaign by just being like...
Yeah, Jonathan's been he's been drinking and threatening to, take me sexually in front of our son, but I just don't know if I'm going to get sniffles out of there.
Also that only maybe even kind of makes sense if he's hitting the dog too. It's just like if the dog's getting 3 square meals a day and you're just getting hit.
They put him in a lineup and just be like, which one has been hitting you? He's like,
tucks his tail and looks down.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny.
No, you're a good boy. Remember that. No matter what he says, you're a good boy.
Oh, I mean, I guess you could take it out on the dog. I swear to God, if you leave him and beat the shit out of the Shih Tzu. That's dark. But I was laughing in my office, and then you can't tell people what it was. You're like, what's so funny? And you're like, I know you won't understand. I almost can guarantee you won't find it funny.
Most people don't leave their domestic violence situations.
An ocelot or some bullshit.
These are exotic animals you're putting out there. It's crazy. I'm thinking more of like the chinchilla aspect or like something that's just like kind of dead-eyed that really doesn't show you emotion.
Well, that's what led into my next question. What level of exotic animal do you have to own that you're willing to just like take a shot to the teeth and be like, nah, not letting this
You have to also be fucking that animal. That's the only thing that makes that. You have to have somewhat of a sexual bond with that animal to be like, I can't lose them both. You know?
Just imagine being the 911 operator. It's like, 911, what's your emergency? Oh my God, he's hitting me. Is he there? No. Well, why don't you leave the house, miss? It's like,
Spot.
like, God damn, you dumb bimbo. I don't know what to tell you.
Dude, I can't imagine a situation where I would be in, like, Haley starts taking some sort of medication, becomes extremely violent towards me. And then, like, I'm in a situation where she's just hitting me and shit like that. And I'm just like, I would leave, but tiny.
I was going to say, well, in the commercial, it was like 1 out of 3. Well, first of all, I unpaused it the wrong time. So it said 3 women and 1 out of 4, like 3 specific ladies. No, but it's like, if that
Cynthia, get your shit together.
It's 3 dumb bimbos. They're all in the same sorority. No, but it's like,
He's scared of car rides. I can't bring him in the car.
I never even fully understood domestic like abuse towards a bro. Like, I get it. Like, I get that bros can get hit.
I've gotten hit before by girlfriends. It's not fun.
Did you go back?
It was like during our relationship. Yeah, it wasn't like immediately. It was like us dating for like 9 months, and then she like gets pissed and starts hitting me, and then starts apologizing super hard. I'm like, all right, that's just a one-time thing. I can't really see this happening again. And then but the thing is, it's a lot more. It's a lot more for
1 out of 4.
It's a lot more for. I mean, she had the goldfish. Like, it's crazy. I can't just leave.
I won it for at the fair. I got 50% custody of that motherfucker.
Yeah, you know how she wasn't the one throwing the baseballs at the milk crates. She wasn't the one.
And when I missed all the baseballs and bought it for above market price, that means means something.
Yeah.
Did you know you could do that?
What?
Do you know you could just give the guy who works at the carnival like $10?
He
He'll be like,
really
"Dude,"
shoots the sportsmanship aspect right in the
like,
cock.
Take all the fish. Take the fucking 10. I don't give a shit. I need meth.
I don't think there's a single carny out there who's just be like, no, it's the principle.
It's about the goldfish. You didn't win. And he's wearing like clown shoes and has crusty face paint.
Gretzky came through here.
That is probably like a lifelong carny. They do probably have like one good story where you're like, Mr. Bean came down one time. We were in Cleveland. I was at the whack-a-mole station.
I said something silly. He looked at me. He said, yep. And we knew. And we knew.
Wait, I'm getting confused. Which one's Mr.
Anyways, I got to shoot up between my toes now because none of the veins are good anymore.
That's why I wear flip-flops when I work the machine.
Yeah, I wear thongs. Easy access. Toots. You think I'm clipping them? Nah, baby.
Are you going like, could you ever do like some Burt type promo where it's just you in like a banana hammock shaking your thing around? Shaking your little toolaloo?
It wouldn't even be funny. The only aspect of it, like
So it wouldn't be funny if you put on like, let's say a pair of tighty whities and a weird set of glasses and went spread eagle over a toilet in your parents' a bathroom for some reason?
I was Rari Safari in that moment. You can't hold that against me.
You knew exactly.
I wasn't even that man. I was Rari Safari.
You're 97 pounds in your mom's bathroom.
Yeah.
In between yayo bumps and pill crushes.
No, I wasn't. That wasn't even, I think it was either that or I was Dipstick McQuick, the restroom racer.
Either way, I don't give a shit what you call it.
Shout out Hayden. He got all those Snapchats. Those are all for him.
I just picture your dad walking, hey, Tristan, you try to get some internet. Just doesn't even say a word. Just shuts you're like spread eagle, like, ha!
Yeah.
You both look at each other all quiet. You're like, yeah, maybe like give me 10, 15. I'll be downstairs. I'm gonna put that video or that picture in.
There's been, you'll include that. Hopefully it's either Rari Safari or Dipstick McQuick.
The fact you remember the fucking that's like remembering the name of your like recess football team. You're like, oh yeah, we were like the Purple People Eaters in 3rd grade.
Oh, do you mean the EMS Cougars?
You're so stupid, dude. Oh my god. Did you play football at recess in school? Was that allowed?
No, I wasn't allowed. We were allowed to play soccer.
Us too. Well, we got football taken away. At one school I was at, I got football taken away because
we got wall ball taken away.
I think kids just wanted to fight at your school. How do you get wall ball?
We got wall ball because we started doing that like spread eagle wall ball
where one guy goes in the front.
Where if you don't get it, you go up in the front and then
people start pegging you with balls.
Yeah, the guy from the baseball team gets the ball all of a sudden.
This dude was literally acting like he's trying out for the A's, just being like, yeah, what do you want, like a 2C?
There'd be games. There'd be literally like wall ball games dedicated around fucking up one specific person.
Oh, bro, ladies will never understand. Like they had I don't even know what the point of recess was for ladies. It's like, I guess, social hour or whatnot, because it was fucking game time for us.
Oh, yeah.
I'm strapping. I brought different pairs of shoes for recess.
Really?
I had like my shoes. Well, partially my mom didn't want me to ruin my shoes because she knows I was out there balling. But fucking, I used to use this line. And I should have known I was just going to be a forever asshole. I would always be first captain, and some other jamoke would be second captain. Didn't matter. But I would always get first pick, and my team would be better. And kids would bitch, and they'd be like, your team is so much better than ours. And then I would just tell them, this is really a good metaphor for life. I was teaching these kids early. I was like, well, if my team is so much better, maybe you guys should just get better, and then the teams would be fair. Honestly, solid logic from a very young age. I was a very tight-on, screwed head from about 9 years old, prepubescent, just telling kids, you're a corporate, you're a stooge. You're always going to be a stooge. Now get over there on the losing team.
Go make my coffee. What are you talking about? It's like 9.
Yeah, I'm like, do you have the Nielsen reports yet? I'm like, what?
Why haven't you uploaded the reel?
If they only knew. Realistically, we did do little, did you ever do like, when you were in elementary school, they tried to like teach you economics? Did you ever have like sales? Like we talked about, I used to have the thing like where
we went to very different schools.
I feel like that was common. Like, you know, we talked about it before.
Your elementary school had a football program, didn't it?
No.
No?
I feel like that's like
middle school?
No, not even middle school. That's maybe more like the South type shit where they have like you play for the school team in elementary school.
Yeah.
No, but we would do like these because I wanted to teach economics, so they had like some sort of currency in the school. We called it Cougar Cash. That's what I would use to pay.
Oh, we were also the Cougars. We had Cougar Cash.
Yeah, we talked. That's what I would pay the ladies to clean out my desk with is the Cougar Cash. But we also would have like these little mini markets where you basically, it was like, you had to like create something so people would make like paper planes or those stupid little mash games, whatever you call them, or like whatever. And then you had to sell and haggle with other people, and everyone would stand out in the hallway with their little shitty products, and then you had to go like up and down. And it was your turn and be like, no, stick of glue, huh? How much for that? $4 in Cougar Cat. What are you, Jewing everyone?
Yeah.
And then you would eventually like haggle and shit.
Yeah.
And I kind of just figured out.
Wait, what did Crayola close at today?
yeah, you're asking.
Yeah.
Weird. NASDAQ has something different.
I'm just saying. I'm not insider trading here, but little birdie told me that someone went to Costco stocked up on Twizzlers, so somebody's mom's gonna come flood the market.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you know, Laura's macaroons that she made. Store-bought. Didn't hear it from me. Store-bought. $3 over market value.
Oh, is your name? Oh, I thought your name was Mrs. Abramovich, not Mrs. Fields.
Is it a cookie?
Yes.
I was like, you fucking liar, you whore.
You bitch.
This is Mrs. Butterworth syrup. I could tell. These aren't homemade pancakes.
I'll cut you open.
We got McDonald's hotcakes. You see her mom like fucking emptying them out in the parking lot.
Dude, I remember we had like, I don't know what it was. It was like a penny wars thing, where like whoever had them, it was like everyone's homeroom class and stuff like that, where we had to like collect pennies, and whoever had the most pennies like won a pizza party and stuff like that.
What in the inner city was going on? You didn't even collect like box tops or anything fun? It was literal pennies?
Yeah, it was cold hard cash.
So some poor teacher made 30 kids just harass their parents every time they purchased something. To be like, can I have a penny? Can I hold a penny?
Yeah, it went towards the school, and whoever and I remember like people were, it was like one class where like they decided to all one day bring in cash, and like the teacher before school the next day went in and changed it all for pennies at the bank, and then they just won by leagues and stuff like that.
You don't even have to really bring that much. If you're counting by pennies, it's like Mr. Johnson's class wins with $7.
Yeah.
First of all, we find 700
like
pennies.
$56 in just pennies.
They brought $56 in pennies?
Yeah.
It's a lot of pennies.
It's fucking 56 times 100, that many pennies.
Also, what bank has that many pennies on hand? Someone goes in, they're like, yeah, I need 15 in pennies. You're like, what? You trying to ruin someone's fucking day?
Dude, I remember we were such in the middle of nowhere that we had to go. It was like pizza parties, and we had to wait. Like, we wouldn't, because no pizza spots delivered to us.
You got a whole class giving some douche shit on 30 minutes or less, just a bunch of 5-year-olds.
Not even that. We had to go pick up from the store. So it was just, our teacher hauling ass down to like the local like Papa Murphy's, or not even Papa Murphy's, because they didn't have they couldn't cook in the cafeteria. That's an uncooked pizza. But like he would roll down to like what was like the Taste of Italy down, which was terrible fucking...
He's going to value slice sponge pizza and just being like, can you cut it into 18ths, please? I have to feed a bunch of children.
Yeah, extra large, cut it into 75ths.
Because this is on my own dime, just so you know.
I want everyone to have a bookmarker full of pizza. Basically the thinnest strip ever.
What could you imagine if teachers got paid a livable wage? Do you think school would have been more fun?
I think it keeps school on the edge. You know, I like that. It makes it.
What, your teachers to work at Ralph's too?
I mean, yeah, it makes it how bad you want to learn, how bad you want to be a teacher.
That they don't like summer break because it's 9 unpaid weeks.
So just like comedians, you have to grind too. I work 2 jobs, motherfucker.
I didn't even do anything.
I pay for my own crayons, bitch.
I like the stance that if you teach anything below like 4th grade, it's not that important. It's like I could teach him what blue and red makes, dumbass, a shade of green or something. I don't know. It's perfect.
I bet if you give me, thanks color theory, Daniel.
Hey, look, that's what you. I'm
color The only theory, reason why you know that is because after every concussion, you saw the 2 red and green spots combine and make purple.
Just 2 hues.
Yeah, you're just like nice.
I could be zoning out.
I could be a painter.
What is it called when you see shit? Kanye has it.
Severe brain damage.
Yeah, mental illness. No,
Yeah.
When you can like see things equal colors. Does that make sense? Like when he sees beats, he sees colors.
I just heard about this. I know what you're talking about.
Other people, apparently Mateo Lane has the same thing.
I watched the Soder episode where he talked about it.
Is that where I got that?
Yeah, I think so.
I listen to 8 hours of podcasts at work every day. It all starts to blend together. And it goes from like comedy to... I listen to some real morbid shit just at work.
Oh, what? What? Like spooky, like kind of true
like
crime?
The Sean Ryan show that I was telling you about where a lady just comes on and gives you like what'll happen when a bomb drops and like physically what happens to people at every layer of like, it's real grim. I'm sitting there being like, let me try and do this innocuous bullshit job. And then she's just like, yeah, literally a bomb could drop at any second. Everyone's scuffed. And I'm just like, this seems like it's worth it. This is where I would want to die at.
Dude, I watched this one, like, it was like a true crime kind of like podcast thing about this pedophile in Britain who's just like, literally, it's so crazy how it's just like, yeah, no one thought he was going to be a pedophile when he's just like the most buck-toothed, dumbest motherfucker in the world who just hangs out at playgrounds and just being like, he's a child at heart. And just
they're not good over there catching repeat offenders. Jack the Ripper, Jack the Raper, none of those niggas.
They don't get pedophiles. They don't get repeat pedophiles.
Repeatophiles is retarded.
Yeah, they don't get repeat pedophiles. If you know, what's that guy's name? Jim will fix it. The guy who was, he had like a kind of like Mr. Rogers-esque British television show. There's a whole documentary about it. Jimmy Savile. It was Jim Will Fix It. Jimmy Savile was like a British kind of like raise money for kids. He started children's hospitals. They're just like, yeah, you could stay the night on the premises. And he's like, time to get to raping. And then he just fucked sick kids while they were dying and shit like that. And then they found like it was all pushed underneath the rug. He got knighted by the Queen of England.
And you think she knew what was going down? Well, they're all
1,000%. There was weird rumors going around him the entire time. It wasn't until he died that everyone came out. They had a statue of him that they had to completely tear down in the graveyard.
Aren't the royals Catholic? Isn't the whole thing run through them? It's like tied in.
Well, I like the royals are just kind of gross people. I mean, Prince Andrew was like fucking basically. He literally, if it was a Subway punch card, he would have had 2 free footlongs worth of Jeffrey Epstein Island visits. Epstein Island. Yeah.
Well, it's like those. I don't understand how.
It's like I went to New York City and walked with Jeffrey through Central Park to tell him I can't do this anymore. We can't be seen.
Well, I don't even understand why they're still so like relevant. England's not a superpower, not anywhere close. There's a bunch of governments whose GDP is
not even close since Brexit. Did Brexit get rescinded?
What's Brexit?
Damn, dude. I thought I was the dumbass for a second.
Why should I know what the fuck Brexit? Hey, what the fuck's a kilometer, yo? America. What's Brexit?
It's a kilometer.
It's a kilometer.
It's a kilometer.
It's a centimeter.
It's a centimeter.
I work literally across from an English dude.
Yeah.
Literally every day I make a spin the block joke. I'm like, we should have spun the block. We spilled the tea. Dumbass motherfuckers. You're fake police and they're weird yak hats.
Yeah, that is very funny.
And they can't look at people for whatever. That whole place sucks, low key. We really should have gotten back on the boats and been like, let's get fucking King Jeffrey when he's down.
Dude, America too, over across the seas.
America Eastern America. I kind of like that.
Eastern America?
That's what they were doing over here. We fucking bought Louisiana from the French.
Dude, a roller coaster going through Big Ben. That's so tight.
Man.
Dude, imagine this. The clock of Big Ben, right above it, golden McDonald's arches. There's one in the bottom. It's a 3-story McDonald's.
Yeah, we can't have nothing nice. Honestly, if ever, this is the most, I understand colonization kind of. It's like, what if we just went somewhere else and made it like here?
What if we went somewhere else and it was exactly like the place we left? I don't like anywhere else because it's not like where I just came from.
I just imagine like a Texan in a Doug Dimmadome hat just being like, that clock tower seems like pretty big.
Just like a Texan in the middle of like the rolling hills of Greece, just being like, what in darnation?
I'm thinking of Dallas Cowboys Stadium right here.
Do you know that big old hill needs? Not all those pretty white and blue buildings against the beautiful shore.
Hey.
Big old star on that hill.
Hey, what's with the lack of industrial parking lots here? Let's put an IKEA and then a parking lot 3 times the size of that IKEA.
I say we dam the ocean just for a parking lot.
Well, because none of their soccer stadiums over there have.
I say we take out the internals of the Coliseum, fill it with the Buc-ee's, and then the front half, diesel, hard diesel.
I'm right there with you. We could put a highway system in the French catacombs, get you from one spot to another spot quicker than shit. Quicker than you could say.
Oh, man. So what I'm thinking is...
Man, a country Frenchman.
So what I'm thinking is a diesel sled that takes you...
Hey, take out all that petrol. I don't know what the hell that is anyway. Put in premium unleaded.
Petrol? The fuck you talking about?
No, you know what makes me actually mad? So my company is
British.
British.
Put in gas. I know it's a liquid, but it's gas.
Petrol is gas.
I know, but that was always a point Jeremy Clarkson had against like Americans, just being like, Americans are stupid. They call it gas when it's literally a liquid.
Who the fuck's that asshole?
He's one of the hosts of Top Gear. Very funny guy.
Oh, the American one that's good or the other one?
The original one that's better.
You're such a hate.
I like OG Top Gear.
I can't watch anything British. That accent after about 5 minutes is like, it almost feels like you're trying. It's like you have to be trying. Isn't it? And then I fucking did.
It's just how they talk, dude.
They don't say, the soft pronunciation of vowels pisses me off. Like they don't say ER, but they'll put an ER on an A where it doesn't belong. I watched my boss
How do they
today.
say the hard RN word? Like diarrhea?
No, they don't say.
The way but you just described it is like ER and then an A. So if you said it like that, the N word or the hard R, it would kind of sound like diarrhea. Or like Papa's Pizzeria.
No, there is no hard R in English in Britain. It's all nigga. They literally don't say
Really?
Well, they say I work with a girl. Her name's Victoria, and my boss, one of them, is British. And I had to listen to that dumb nigga call her Victoria for about 7 hours today. All right, anyway, and then if we all take a quick look over here at Victoria, she's it's like real faint Victoria. Ugh. It's disgusting.
So if they were watching it like a primetime Dan Schneider Nickelodeon TV show, they'd call it Victorious or
No, it doesn't end in an A. You simpleton.
Victoriosa.
It's just shit that ends in an A. They put an ER.
I don't know how that silly country works. All I know is that I saw like the premiere, like it was like going around to like a YouTube video of going to like authentic London taverns, because I'd be interested in doing that, like a pub crawl, like over in London. And then they're just like, oh, best thing you could do after you sit down with a few mates, just have some peas mash in a good old spot of gravy with this, and it's just like a meat cube with brown poured on it, with like peas that are like blended, like soup peas, and like
they weren't meant for the new world. They dominated the old world for a reason.
Yeah.
They weren't meant for like spices and fucking all this other stuff. No chance.
No.
Delivery? Oh, my God.
They're Larry Bird Celtics.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you guys were good back when niggas played in Converse.
Yeah.
Back when you could just go take people away with shiny swords and stuff. Then they started introducing guns and letting black people in the airport. Or not airport, I was thinking of the Tuskegee Airmen. Started letting them fly.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Bombers.
Is that where that comes from?
I think so.
Was that a real thing in like World War I or II? There was a black group of airmen?
In World War I or
swag.
II, there was a black group of soldiers called like the Brooklyn something or like the Harlem Hellcats or something like that. And they were just like a group of like exclusively black. It was crazy because they were just like the way that they were treated in the military wasn't much like the way that they were treated in America. So they were just kind of being like, all right, you're a frontline soldier.
Yeah,
and then they would
like,
go up
almost a suicide mission.
Yeah, and they would go up and just keep surviving suicide missions and be like, shit.
Hey, Sarge, we're back. What's up? What the fuck are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I mean, congratulations, sir. A solid mission.
I guess.
Bro, those niggas spin the block every day.
He's just like looking at his manual, just being like, that is a Medal of Honor. Wait, let me read
like
it.
3 Purple Hearts?
3 Purple Hearts.
Dudes are back, looking just pissed as hell.
Yeah, just being like, do we got a colored one of these?
We set you guys out in a rust bucket. One of the engines didn't even work. How the hell are you back here?
We threw a horse in it, sir. We threw a horse in it. Somehow it worked.
Shit, a little bit of collard greens, no deep fried oil. Never hurt no one.
Turn them into okra, sir. Oh, hot damn.
Oh, they really would too. That was like even from like we have been pretty good about letting. Honestly, it's like I wonder if that's a uniquely American thing, letting perceived enemies fight amongst you. Wonder if anyone else did that because we did it with Native.
What do you mean perceived enemies? They were never really. I mean, back
we
in
did it with natives
early in the days of racism. Yeah, I guess they weren't perceived enemies. I guess. I mean, we wouldn't perceive them as enemies. We would be like, we won.
Who?
I mean, just like Native Americans.
Oh, at the time they were perceived enemies.
They weren't
sure.
perceived enemies. We were like kind of just being like, no, we got it. Like back when the Cherokee like Native American code breakers and stuff like that in World War II, they were like.
No, I'm saying when we first got here, when we had to like settle and clear out the West.
Okay, I didn't know we were talking about.
They
like,
would take some in eventually because like I'm just talking about like the conquering of a people. Like generally, it's like when you conquer someone, you're not just like, here's a sword, don't stab me in the fucking back with it. But like we're like, all right, good. You're gonna learn our English and learn how to use a fucking rifle. And then
it's
you're
like
gonna shoot your own
full,
people.
It's full colonization and indoctrination. That shit is sad, dude. Because there's some people who are just like, it's that whole brother. I don't know if they still have it, but in Disneyland, they had like this. It was one of my favorite exhibits because it's not even like a ride. It's Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. And like it's
at Disneyland they have this?
Yeah, it was one of the first dude,
right.
It was one of the first things that like got Walt Disney off the map was he showed that I think at like one of the World's Fairs or something like that, like his animatronic Mr. Lincoln telling stories and stuff. And it was like a story of the Civil War between two brothers who went one on the Union and one on the Confederate side, and they fought each other in a battle, and it was like this whole like dramatic poem of reread of these like just like one brother wore blue and the other gray. Like, I don't know how it goes.
They killed each other or what?
I think so. I mean, like...
Jesus Christ.
But that's how it was, man. Like, it was crazy. It's like houses divided and stuff. I mean, like, to the point where people are willing to draw arms. It's insane.
What a trash way to go out, too. Bayonets and fucking round bullets and dysentery and shit.
Oh, my God.
Even if you survived. Oh.
What do you got to look forward to? The fucking base camp? When you're sitting in the middle of Louisiana or like wherever the fuck? Just but buzzards and mosquitoes you're thwacking off of you?
Part of that has to be better to some degree than now. Because like...
No, not at all. Are you kidding me?
Could you imagine catching the like... Okay, all right. What's scary?
They had what? They had SPF raw skin on, walking around and like back when
SPF raw skin.
Back when like the idea of new socks was a luxury.
People showered like twice a year and shit.
Yeah, and they're just like, this guy showers weekly. He's an aristocrat.
Did you know that's where the origin of flowers at a wedding comes from? is back when people didn't shower constantly. They smelled so bad that they would go pick bouquets of flowers and hold them, the lady would, and they would put them all over the wedding party. So it'd make it smell better because everyone smelled like fucking feet, dude.
Yeah, it smelled terrible. Antiperspirants weren't even an idea.
Or I wonder if you were used to it. I wonder if 100 years from now they figure out a way, or just cyborgs, they figure out a way to like, we don't sweat, piss, or shit. So then like naturally, you know how much better New York would smell if no one sweat, piss, or shit?
No,
People would be like, could you imagine what it smelled like 100 years ago? Would you
I mean, if like, I can't imagine. It's mostly like, I feel like it's a lot of dog piss that smells up New York City, not a lot of people piss.
Yeah, yes and no, because I do see a lot of big size shits on the ground that I lie to myself and say, wow, must be a lot of mastiffs in this area. It's definitely just fucking dude shit.
Well, you can tell there's a consistency between like a dry diet of kibble and like some dude who's getting what he can have.
Nah, my dog Buddy had fucking, he
had 3 times a day Jamaican beef patty shits.
Dude, one time in middle school, he got locked because he had like IBS like I did. We were just boys. And I didn't, he slept in my room with me, but I never shut the door all the way so he could like nose it open and go out and go to the bathroom if he needed. Well, I shut it all the way one day and then he must have had like a bad bout of stomach diarrhea. And I woke up, bro, it was on the walls. It was on my bed. It looked like someone came in with like a fucking, what's that Fortnite reference? God damn it, never mind. But they threw like a bomb and it just fucking splattered everywhere. My mom walked in and blamed it on me at first. She's like, what the fuck did you do?
How could I produce this much diarrhea?
Why the fuck do you think? I'm like joking. Why do you think this is fucking me?
My pants are up. I have nothing on me. It's all around me. How'd you think I did that?
She was like, I can't believe it. I was like, it's a fucking doggy lane.
Dude, I think I told you this story or I've said it on the podcast before, but I was staying the night at my buddy Joey's house. And he fed his dad fed him. It was like T-bone steak night. He had a big old backyard. And like he was grilling up steaks on the grill and he gave the bones to like the dog.
No, we can't do that.
Yeah, dude. He woke us up at 4 a.m. because the dog crate was in his workroom and the dog had projectile diarrheaed all through, not only in the crate, but through the gate in the back of the crate. Yeah, against the wall and down into a puddle. And he woke us up at like 3:34 in the morning to go clean it up. He's like, I'm not cleaning this up. It's your dog. You're cleaning it up. And Joey was like, dude, you have to help me clean it up. And I'm like, I can't, dude.
All puns intended. How quickly shit rolled downhill was hilarious. The dad woke up. He's like, absolutely not me. Dipshit, get him. And he's like,
yeah. And then I sat there. I'm just cleaning it up. I'm like, fucking. I'm holding up the trash can and just being like, yeah, just like barfing into the trash can. Just like, put it in here.
That being said, I would literally rather my upper lip perma smell like dog excrement than have to smell anything out of a cat for an extended period of time.
No.
Oh my god, it's
dog
not
shit
even close.
Can be so much worse than cat.
I'm talking
shit.
about pee. Nothing is worse than old cat piss by far.
Old cat. I've never let it get old.
Oh, I've had buddies before. The house that I stayed in college, they had a cat that like. I feel like that's something you get lucky with. You either get a cat that just uses the litter box, or you don't, and you can't really teach them. They're like, they just do or they don't to like some degree.
My buddy in elementary school had a cat named some fucking dog shit cat. That like would literally hide under the bed but only come out to vomit in random places. And you'd just be walking by and you're like, what a fun puddle of jello I just stepped in. And just being like, fucking A. I'm like, Brendan, kill your cat.
See, that's the cat you leave behind. That's the cat. You're like, I hope he hits you too as you're fucking packing the car door.
Honestly, it was a single mother situation, so she may have taken the cat with her.
In the fucking dead of night, she's like, me and you are getting out of here.
Dude, the kid was such a liar. Like the guy was such a... the biggest time, it was like watching someone get caught in their lie in front of like... Because like, you know how a mom will lie to their own kid, but they won't lie to their friend's kid.
Yeah, it's like, no, you need to know how the world works. Sorry.
Yeah, not even like their friend. My parent and their parent didn't know each other. It was just like you wouldn't lie to another fucking kid.
Yeah.
Because he was like sitting there and just be like, yeah, my dad works at Bungie. Didn't know his dad. He's like, my dad works at Bungie. This is when Halo 3 was big. And he's like, yeah, we're like, you know, like we have like a back, we're like millionaires. We're just kind of laying low and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh yeah. And then he was like, yeah, come on, we're going to Sonic. I was sitting in the back of his Jeep Grand Cherokee, not even in the seats, in the trunk. Because the seats were filled with like groceries, and she drove us like 45 minutes to local Sonic so we can get dinner. Because I was spending the night over at his place, and they're just like, it's like, see, ask my mom. And his mom gets in the car, and he's like, "Mom, aren't we like millionaires?" And she's like, "I wish."
Yeah.
You think we'd be eating here if we're millionaires? And he saw him just like look and then look at me.
Fuck, you're blowing it. You're blowing it so bad.
And I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you.
I would lie. I was a bold-faced liar as a kid. Just like tell kids that a new Ludacris song. I think I told a kid Ludacris was my dad maybe once, or like an old song that like I learned from my parents. I would like rap to kids at school and be like, "This is me. It's that new hotness." You don't believe me?
Dude, that's
what?
so sad.
What? Just lying to kids about like writing an Usher song?
But just like the easiest, like most, like the most understandable thing that you could understand is a lie. It's like, what are the fucking odds that your mom banged Ludacris and then he dumped you off in the middle of pitch whatever the fuck in like Arizona? No way, dude.
I told you I met one of Coolio's kids. It can happen.
I don't think he knows he's one of Coolio's kids for certain.
No, but sadly, you kind of have to cling to that if that's your scenario.
And you're clinging to a lie in the same way that he is. You believed his lie because you're both mutually broken people.
I would. There has been lies for sure that I've told for so long.
Yep.
I just started to believe.
Yeah.
Oh, 1,000%. I wonder how much
I was a D1 athlete. Yep.
I'll fight everyone in this goddamn. I'll burn the whole building down. In all honesty, oh my God, did I tell you?
Dude, all the photo shoots it must have cost for your parents to pay while you were sitting there going like, yep, on the...
Did I tell you when I threw a football in front of my whole office and just blundered the entire thing? Did I tell you this already?
No, did he? What happened?
They made all the new kids go. First of all, I did get to flex my fucking comedic talents. No big deal. But fucking they brought it.
How'd you go about doing that?
There's 130 people that work in this office. It's like this big corporate thing. There's 4 new people that all started at once, and they brought us up in front of. This is like apparently what they do for all new hires. And they brought us up in front of everyone, and it's like
They pulled down your pants and suck your cock?
no, and just by my own constantly needing to be the fucking man, it really worked against me. So like they had, imagine the sound setup for a black show. It's a wireless mic that just fucking sounds like this the whole time, and it's like peaking, and nothing's good.
Yeah.
And
No one's an AV whiz.
Yeah, you have to go up there and say like, what your name is, what like basically what you do there, and then a fun fact about yourself. And my boss is like, just tell him you played quarterback in college. I was like, all right, easy enough. And so I go up there, and first of all, they give me the microphone. I'm like, hey, Daniel Bridgegad. I work for Mason Frank. And I pause for a sec. I go, it's real sweet over there. And fucking floors everyone's dumb corporate humor. I was like, it's real sweet over there. It's like the worst of the little branches you can work in. And then I was like, a fun fact about me is I played Division I quarterback. And then all these old fucking dads were like, prove it. And somewhere just a football spawns up out of the crowd, and they like throw it to me. And the ceiling is as high as it is here. It's maybe like fucking 10 feet. It's not that high. Some guy 30 yards away puts his hands up. And I was like, yo, throw me. And they go, prove it. This is in front of the entire office. My hands are sweaty. And the football is like, it's an actual NFL football, but it's like so over pumped. Like I can't grit. It's a fucking beach ball. They wanted me to throw a beach ball 30 yards in front of everyone. And I go, all right. And throw it. And it slips and goes like up above the drop down ceiling and like pops one of the tiles out and then slams down onto the table. And someone goes, that's why you work in recruitment. I was like, I'll fucking fight everyone.
Dude, that's awesome,
so
dude.
mad. Everyone was laughing. I was like,
And I'm a comedian.
yeah. And then I got back the next day and they were like, that was good. You made like the whole office laugh. I was like, what the fuck about that? I fucking threw a football into the sky. Damn it, I suck.
You didn't try to like duck lower and...
Buddy, I tried
and like whip it
so hard. I tried to channel every ounce of athletic ability I had, and it just whiffed. And there's this one black dude who works next to me who definitely has been talking shit the whole time any chance he gets. And he was the one who yelled, that's why you work in recruitment. And so today, because I'm just I keep receipts. We were working. He works like caddy corner.
You're a psycho.
Across the
You're
office.
A girl, dude.
I'm
You're
not to be
such a girl.
Or
You're such a girl.
So I kept receipts.
Oh, so you poured something on my dress?
Yeah. Okay, so this dude is.
Oh, okay.
He's a short, jacked guy. 9 out of 10 times.
Stocky.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 times short, jacked dudes are compensating for the fact that they're not tall, and they carry that with them. So there was this other person who like they asked some sort of like dumb question, and this dude's name is Shannon, which is already hilarious.
Yeah,
and,
that's my mom's name.
Right, and he made the fucking comment, and he's British too. He goes, He was like, "Oh, that's like a rhetorical question, blah, 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 pip pip or whatever the fuck." And I was like, "Yeah, you can't ask that." I was talking to the person he was making fun of taking her side. I was like, "Yeah, I mean you can't ask that question. That would be like if I went up to Shannon, I'm like, damn, Shannon, did you get taller? You look real tall today." And it just got under his skin. He's like, and I could see in his face. He was like, "Oh, I didn't know we were beefing." And then I looked back at him with my eyes, and I was like, "Yeah, correct, short stack, your move, pussy."
Dude, that's hysterical.
I had about 3 silent beefs in my office.
Dude, please call him Snub Nose in front of everybody, dude. That'd be hysterical.
Well, I already asked him. I was like, "What do you weigh in like stone or whatever you guys do over there?" And I was like, "How tall are you?"
Oh, it's the British guy?
Yes.
Oh, he's black, stocky, and British?
And his name is Shannon.
What is this, Kingsman? Kind of. Who the hell is this guy?
He was a semi-professional rugby player. So we literally just like go back and forth on like
semi-pro rugby player.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, football's real. You guys wear pads and shit." I go, "At least it's televised in the States, faggot." Like I can't let him have anything.
Yeah, no. I mean, as much as I would like to shit on you, Shannon, I would. I watched semi-pro rugby. I was betting, actually. I won 27 cents because that was the highest parlay they have because no one watches your butt fuck sport.
Turns out the All Blacks aren't exactly turning out ticket sales. That's the name of a professional rugby team.
The All Blacks?
The All Blacks.
I mean, that's basically half the names of the American NFL.
Pretty much, except it's a bunch of Tongans. It's the All Blacks and a bunch of dudes show up doing the haka.
Oh, that's crazy. Honestly, I can't imagine someone legitimately doing the haka in front of me without laughing so hard in their face.
It's scary as fuck.
No, it's not scary.
Oh, I've seen it. When I played at Washington, we're like 30% Samoan or like poly. They'll hit them.
Oh, you were poly?
Oh my good lord.
You had 2 boyfriends that were Samoan?
No, not like the weird white people shit that you're accustomed to. I'm talking about warriors. Just giant human beings. And these motherfuckers would get...
Are you saying that my sister isn't dating warriors?
You know,
I'll say that.
They're brave. Like, warriors. They're a real brave guy.
I mean, they're warriors in the sense that it takes courage.
Yeah, you know, they're fighting the good fight or whatever. Whatever. I don't know. Yeah. No, but these dudes, they hit... You ever seen a dude that's...
a coliseum of their own they fight in.
They're making their own army.
Yeah.
No, but you ever seen a fucking 300-pound... tanned up guy with long hair, kick off flip-flops, put down a ukulele, and hit a tongue out? It's fucking petrifying. Because they used to do, those are like war dances. Before they would come fuck you up, they'd be outside your village with like war drums.
Dude, you know, I mean, like, I thank God I wasn't the guy facing them in like the whole like war drum thing. Because I would just basically set a perimeter around our village and just being like, all right, they're going to war drum somewhere around here. Just be in the trees. And whenever you hear the obvious, just come out and just absolutely wipe the floor with them. There's no, dude, imagine someone mid-haka getting fucked up. Is how what the, and then just immediately just.
Well, that's unfortunately why they got taken down so quick by anyone with guns. They were like, "Oh, good, they're dancing, gentlemen."
Are you saying they're standing perfectly still?
They have grape leaves as coverings. Oh.
I love it how it's like, don't fire until they see the white of their eyes, but they're just walking up with rifles and a little bit closer. You see like, ooh, what's that? Just a gun barrel going to their forehead, just being like, is this good? Yeah?
Yeah, we're going to take down the guys that give tattoos by rock. Shouldn't take too long.
Sorry. This is going to be America's Got a New Vacation Island.
I mean, on fair footing, though.
Don't worry, your great grandchildren are going to be working at a place named after your shoes. Welcome to Sandals. All right, it's a resort and a spa experience.
Oh, we're gonna make up a completely farce of an event to do. You know, luau is not. That's a complete tourist trap. Just like groups of Hawaiians are not gathering around and being like, let's stick a pig and sell tickets. It's like, no, we just hang out with families.
Yeah, we just kind of. It's just like a kickback.
You think group of Africans get in fucking jungle carts and go follow around lions on their own? No, it's because a white dude comes through and is like, I would like to shoot
it's
one.
Crazy that essentially like a luau is a Hawaiian cookout.
Yeah, they just
like
gave
going
it a
to
name
the barbecue.
so they could sell it. cookout.
Yeah.
Yeah, cookout, carne, barbecue, luau.
That'd be crazy if, like, a cookout, some uncle shows up with like a smoker on the back of his fucking Ford Focus.
You ever been to Hawaii?
No.
I've been like 3 times. That is how it is. It's the chillest place ever. First of all, you can walk anywhere with no shoes and a shirt. Like, once you get away from the touristy shit, I was on Honolulu. You really can. People be cooking in the middle of nowhere. You'll be like, oh, that looks like a rundown shack. And then a door will open. It's like a family of 7. They have an entire cow in there roasting. You're like, God damn. No wonder you motherfuckers are so big.
Yeah, dude. I can. It's got to be something. I would love to be able to acknowledge, like, a certain heritage that I had. Could you imagine if I just wasn't just a base-ass white guy?
I feel that way about being black. No clue what type of black I am. I just say chocolate to be fun. But, yeah, I have no clue.
Milk chocolate.
I'm the people's chocolate. Dark chocolate's not really for everyone.
I'm Fox News palatable.
I'm 80% cacao.
Yeah, no.
That's high.
It's like 51%.
51.
The rest is milk.
Yeah. Well, what's white chocolate? That has no cacao, right?
I have no idea the cacao levels.
White chocolate grew up in a pretty okay neighborhood and just really liked A$AP Rocky.
White chocolate had to, like, go out of its way to rebel.
There's a way to do Wigger correctly. If you effortlessly do it, I don't have an issue with it. Like, I heard Tyler Hero talk for the first time.
Do you know who I think is an effortless Wigger who I will give props to? Chet Hanks. That's just him, brother. That's just him. And honestly, he is him. If I could put up one person as an ambassador for white people, I think it'd be Chet Hanks.
I think once you have a certain amount of money, you shouldn't be able to have kids because the odds of them turning out to be anything productive towards society goes down so much, dude. Like, what are the odds any one of Elon's kids does anything? He has all the money in the world and like 10 kids. I'm saying at least 2 go down by Fent. You get one that maybe is like halfway competent enough to take over the business. Maybe that's C173. Maybe he'll do that. And then the rest
don't quote Rick and Morty at me.
C173. It's C137 in Rick and Morty.
What is C1?
173? That's a hypothetical number I made up. C137 is the...
But you got it. It was based off of Rick and Morty.
You were reaching.
I wasn't reaching. First off, I love it how we both had to brace for impact while I was adjusting my mic stand. Just get a fucking heavier stool thing.
Well, we're really going to have to figure shit out when we get new mics because the new mics that we're getting are heavier.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're going to need to get a new table. Tell a friend about the Patreon.
Tell a friend about the Patreon.
If you're watching this late in the episode, which, by the way, reminds me, we got to pull up the old Patreon. If you're watching this far in the episode...
Oh, we haven't even gotten into my topic.
Yeah,
I love it how we bring in my topics and then we never get to them.
It's because I brought in bangers. We did 48 minutes off of my domestic abuse thing.
No, we just went into other stuff because we don't talk until we get on this podcast.
Oh, yeah, you're so gay about that.
I'm not so gay. I just want us to hang out so we have something to talk about.
That's why we don't hang out, so we have something to talk about.
Well, you know what? I disagree. So I got a pair of...
Oh, here we go.
Yes. All right. So So basically, before the podcast, I said that I recently, today... as of October 16th, I have purchased myself a pair of new pants. Pants that I saw through an Instagram ad that interest me, that I was like, hey, I'm going to get those. I think I'll look good in those. They're fun. They're a variety.
Yeah, you already started with fun. Fun means not conventional. I'm already weary.
They're fun. They're a variety.
Man.
And I feel like you know what? I feel like I can rock them on stage and off.
That means before I see them, and I'm going to hit all of these on the head, I would say that means they're egregiously baggy because you have to make a spectacle out of something. They're not a traditional color because you said the word fun too many times. And I'm going to go, let me see if I can hit the wild card. Probably some weird print in a place it shouldn't be. Maybe a vertical, no. Multiple layerings of things. So like sailboats or a bunch of fucking spots. One of those 3 things is going to be correct. What'd you get?
Well, you can't say one of those 3 things when you...
Okay, they're baggy and they have decals all over.
Oh, damn, you nailed it.
On the head?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck. Are they a conventional color?
They are a conventional color.
All right, 2 out of 3 is not bad.
Yeah. How much do you think I spent on them, though?
See, this is the part where I'm going to get mad because you're going to show me a homeless guy's pants and you're going to be like $200 and I'm going to be like, what are we doing?
No. Total
$150.
Total, I'd say total plus shipping.
$150.
98.
I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're from the Gap.
Okay, that's a negative point again.
What do you mean it's a negative point? So,
all right.
Gap recently did a collaboration. Gap recently did a collaboration I saw today with Disney. And so what they did was they had these khaki pants.
Okay.
That have little embroidered Mickey Mouse all over them.
I mean,
if these walls could talk, sex.
I mean, those aren't. I'll give you this. Those aren't
as bad as you thought they were going to be.
Now they are not good by any. Dude, you're such a fuckface. If I pulled up with those, if you didn't think you were cool because you were the one that found it, if I was like, yeah, dude,
if you literally pulled up with those, if you pulled up with those too, like you're just pulling by the stand, you're just being like, yeah, Taylor bought me these. I'd be like, oh, what?
No,
Taylor bought you those? Those are so cool, dude. And then you'd make fun of me because you thought that they were ugly and that you just had to wear them out of obligation, but I actually genuinely like them.
False. First of all, I've never put those things on my body. Secondly, I saw there were 2 pictures on there. You made the overarching decision to not show me the model who's a cool black guy wearing them and to just show me the pants picture.
Well, it doesn't exclusively show the pants. It shows,
no, because it shows you who
it shows a different outfit for like the entire thing.
It shows you who they're meant for, wildly good-looking, artsy black dudes, and then you go, don't worry about that. Here's the piece of clothing by itself. I'm going to wear it, probably with a zany shirt.
I would like aspirations, too.
There's first of all, those are for no one. The only people that could
those
get
are
away
for
with it
me.
Is an artsy black dude. And
No.
even then, I don't agree with that.
I'm going to rock them. Count your words. 3 to 5 business days, you will see these on the podcast.
It's just like, it's another. I said this to all the niggas who dress funny. It's another something that goes, don't look at this hand, look at this hand. Which is fine.
You don't think you do that with your tight blacks?
Literally, it is saying, stare completely at this hand because this hand is good.
Don't look at my jokes. Don't look at my jokes.
Hey, over here.
Eye candy. Eye candy.
Look at the ankles.
I'm like one of those like coffee server M&M things.
I think I've heard the cat bit before. Hey, look at the dreads. Look at the dreads.
Not you.
What does that thing about his wife even mean?
Knuckle bump me? Not you. Hey, how you doing? You're going to get fucking shot for that one day.
I can't wait.
You're going to get fucking shot.
Just calling a dude a pussy for a complete joke, and I turn my back around to like really sell it, and then just get cold cocked.
You're in your background. It's like the end of Platoon. It just
the final act. Final act in any BET movie. Junebug, no. I'd love to sell it deaf. I don't think I could act really. I would love to be a cowboy in an old western who gets shot on the second floor and just does the fucking one of those over the front.
Topple over the railing,
yeah.
And then the railing breaks, and then you fall into like a puff of clouds that is also just like three mattresses.
Yeah, just like a dude down there being like, "Are you okay?
You okay? Yeah, I'm fine."
I always saw them like Universal Studio shows. I just thought that was lit. You go watch see Waterworld and a guy like fuck it.
Dude, I remember when I was little, I went to go see they have one of those like stunt shows at what was the MGM Studios now is like the just Hollywood Studios at Florida, Disney World. And it was like the guy, like they had a whole thing where like it just showed like all the stunts and stuff. And I thought when I saw it when I was a little kid, I thought it was real Indiana Jones. And then I went back in my elementary school and I'm just like, man, this is going to be someone who looks exactly like an Indiana Jones. It's going to be an Indiana Jones story that they're going to be like front to back, just show it like that. And so like the guy gets rolled over by the boulder and he pops up. He's like, let me show you how we did that. And then I'm just like, go away.
Oh, you didn't like the explanation of the shit?
No, I don't want to know how they survived the fall. I want to see the fall and just be like, how did they survive that? Anyways, wow. Like, that's...
Oh, I would like that so much better if you went to like a David Blaine show. And
yeah,
he's
that's
like,
for children.
Let me tell you how I made this bitch
that's
disappear.
for adults. That's for adults. That's someone who's just being like, all right, we're keeping the fire in and like the big old foam rolling rock, but at the end of the day, we're going to break the fourth wall and just be like, that's why I really love the Muppets. Because they never break the fourth wall and just being like, there's a guy with a hand up my ass. Please help me. It's like they'll like address the audience. They'll address the audience.
Just Fozzie Bear being like, what?
Waka waka.
Is he controlled with someone up? He's a bigger puppet. He's a bigger puppet though, right? So
yeah, no, they have someone. No, they have someone up top, and then it's a It's I think either a 2 or 3 person operation where they have someone up top doing that. And then they have people going and doing the fingers.
Oh, I thought it was just full Five Nights at Freddy's at this point. I thought the animatronics had gotten good enough.
No, dude. You should see, like, the clips of, like, when they film Sesame Street. It's just, like, literally some dude just, like, sliding down a staircase. And they're like, whap, 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 and his head just dub, 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 dub. Just every step.
Are those guys supposed to be stone-faced? Or can they kind of, like, mouth the songs, too?
Most of the time, they're doing the voices.
That's the voice guy, too?
Yeah, one of them is the voice guy.
Does he just follow him around? He's
the
not
person
touching the
inside
stick?
Big Bird has sheets of paper with their lines in it in front of their face, and they're working the mouth and doing one of the hands, and then one of the hands just stays idle. So he's going like, hey there, blah, blah, blah.
Wait, Big Bird can only move one hand at a time?
Yeah, you'll notice it now.
Also, all right, this is real fucking, this is about to get real. There is a... Before we read the Patreon
There's a Big
names,
Bird outside, and I owe him money.
Big Bird in a do-rag,
Yeah.
smoking a menthol.
What's up, Daniel? I heard you're not paying your respects at the Bed-Stuy Aquarium.
Nah, he wouldn't be the... Yeah, honestly, that does make sense. Elmo's the mastermind, but Big Bird's the... No. Oscar's the mastermind.
Snuffleupagus is obviously the mastermind.
It goes all the way to the top. He's not actually retarded. It's all an act.
No, it's one of those Fight Club things where, like, Snuffleupagus is Big Bird is Snuffleupagus type thing.
Holy shit.
Because
Also-
Big Bird is the only person who can see Snuffleupagus.
Really?
I think so. I think that's the lore. Forgive me if I'm not sharp on my Sesame Street lore.
I was going to say, I was impressed you even knew that. I had no clue. I can't even really picture Snuffleupagus. I know he's like an elephant thing.
Yeah, he's like an elephant thing.
He just has a cock for a nose, basically, right?
Nah, it's a trunk.
All right. Dude, speaking of fucking shit, this is pretty funny. There's a dinner party of ladies out front. I'm going to have to go take a grisly shit, and you can hear everything. It's not...
Can I take a ferocious piss first? Oh my god, dude, that was...
All right, let's get to these Patreon.
Yeah, you pray. You pray to all gods anew that doesn't smell, or I physically am going to put hands on you, Daniel.
Okay, so look, let's get to these.
Daniel, I'm cracking my knuckles. I'm going to put hands on you. I'm going to aim for the kidneys.
I don't know.
I'm going to aim for the
That's just going to
kidneys.
push another one out. You'll be in an even worse spot.
And I'm going to keep hitting.
Oh, so before I get to the Patreon names, I literally sharded the bed 2 days ago.
Oh my god, so did I, but I don't bring it up.
No, but I we're so fucked as a unit.
Yeah, been there, done that, got the receipts. That's why we couldn't do it last
I
Saturday.
just don't even talk about it as...
Yeah, that's why I don't bring it up. Sorry I'm not the only one pooping into used chopped cheese foil in my house, dude. You fucking maniac.
She was here last weekend, and I'm on the bed, and I got my shorts off. I'm naked in the bed.
Why do you do that? Why do you do that? You have to know at this point that that's a bad decision.
Dude, I'm naked. I'm naked in the bed. And
You're a loaded gun. You're a loaded gun in a
No-
toddler's crib.
No safety. They didn't make one.
No safety, dude. It's
And I'm sitting in the
crazy.
bed, and I have a fart coming, and it's like one of those where it's like, you don't think. You know how sometimes it's a gamble? Like that one right there, I knew it was going to be a gamble. But you know sometimes you're like very confident? It felt like that. Felt very confident. And then it just went from like, oh, there's nothing attached to this. Like, oh, everything's attached to this. And then I had to like clench like that to keep it. And then I like, Taylor got to watch
You
my
did
face.
the oh no, oh no, oh no, oh
Yeah.
no.
She got to watch my face go, and she was like, what? I was like, nothing. Hand me shorts.
Nothing. I just hit an instant ice bath, and I've never been more awake.
I'm so cold, right?
Yeah. Oh, God.
And then I had to walk to the bathroom, clenched, just shorts on. Also take out a pair of shorts that I was pretty fond of. And then...
You took out a pair of shorts down with it?
Well, I had to, like... It just got sucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put the shorts on.
At what time of day was this?
3 p.m.
Oh, God. Yeah, you can't go out in your underwear.
Yeah, just like everyone's awake, so I had to like throw on fucking...
Well, you and Taylor were both sleeping at 3 p.m.?
No, I didn't say sleeping. I said I was naked in the bed. I'd just be hanging out naked. If this
Okay. I thought this was you sleeping and waking up shitting situation. This was just you just existing naked.
I was just like on my phone, just like...
Any hoosey doodle. Oopsie. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's how like confident
that hasn't
I
happened
was.
to me since legitimately I was 11 years old.
That's what I'm saying. It was like, it was not... It was... I didn't feel like an adult for a second. I was like, I've just had an accident. I've just had an accident. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Mommy, please.
The press. Please call the press.
Anyway, speaking of the press, when you join the Patreon, we encourage you to change your name. We will read them on said podcast. Also, leave a comment, drop a question. We'll read those on there. I wanted to start doing a little bit more of an incentive for the old Patreon.
Literally, just send anything on. If you're a Patreon member, send literally anything. We will respond and react to it. Please.
Yeah, legitimately. You want a back end? Maybe we'll start doing that. We do some Q&As in the back end of these podcasts for your Patreon. That's where we'll go to first to pull the questions. If you're a regular viewer, submit a question also.
Nobody has any questions in the regular comments. There's barely any. Most of them is just Daniel replying to himself in the DMs.
You're such a bad salesman. You're so bad.
Other than being honest.
I've literally heard you try and get people on our podcast, or not even try. They're here already. And you're like, dude, thanks for coming. They'll be like, yeah, I'll like repost it. I'll like plug it. And you're just like,
no need.
No one will fucking see.
No
Dude,
need.
You're like such a I literally want to tell you, it's like, they're here. They're here. Shut up. They could still leave, dumbass. We haven't pressed play yet. But anyway, all right. So we got a couple of name changes.
You're so lucky that was just not smelly. How was that not smelly?
There wasn't much. Honestly,
substance
it should have been.
behind
Yeah,
it?
it should have
been. It sounded bad.
Your local Sasquatch. That seems new.
Your local Sash? Dude, if that's fucking hairy, there's no way that's hairy.
That would have been funny. No, it's not. Your local Sasquatch, femboy pussy, go blap blap as always. Carl, maybe Gaza would be less sad if there were karaoke machines, Goldthorpe.
Do you know what? I love the little silver lining he puts on it. You don't need to be in Gaza to be sad. You can be in a karaoke machine. Honestly, karaoke transports you to anywhere you want to be. Say Kokomo.
Yeah, I know there's families being torn apart and babies thrown amongst the street, but...
I know the IDF is bombing hospitals, but at the same time, what doesn't Madonna fix?
Have you ever thought about just belting Cyndi Lauper at the top of your
Raspberry
lungs?
Beret by Prince.
Girls just wanna have fun.
Yeah. I think I love her.
Singing bombs
Got
over
a
Baghdad.
Raspberry Beret.
Honestly,
Top you would find at a second-hand store, third-hand store. It's Gaza.
tell me that song. You know the scene in Dunkirk where that nigga's sprinting through the beach?
Yeah.
Tell me that song wouldn't go hard in that. As like a fun contrast to how like crazy the situation. They're just playing
Raspberry Beret. Ah! His legs flying over.
At the second-hand store. A literal hand comes by. A second hand follows it. You're like, that's good directing.
That's a second-hand store.
And then finally, when does the booger become the booger?
I think we've already read that, but I agree with it.
The racism, that's pretty good. Anyway, tell a friend about the cast. Subscribe to the Patreon. Probably, I would imagine, could have already been a fun guest on, or there will be a fun guest coming up. Stay tuned. Hit those notification buttons. Follow all the boys.
Let me know if you like the Jamiroquai shirt.
Oh, weigh in on the pants in the comments, too. I'll put a picture of them. Send me a picture of those. I want to know. All right, see you later.
I thought you said, I want a pair. And I'm like,
I want to know.